Well, a lot of the new silencers use the Cherry Bomb, and a lot use the new Cherry Bomb XL. But there's new ones with wrench flats, flash hiders, all that kind of stuff. It hasn't been settled yet because there's a couple parts that are still kind of in flux that we're testing through. But it's a very expensive gun. The gun's going to be about $4,000. So prepare yourself for that. No, I don't think it's going to launch with that. But, it'll be launched in succession of, whatever's first, probably a few months later, the next one, and so on. I think I did that already. There was 16-inch 6.5s, 20-inch 6.5s, 24-inch 6.5s. I had a 20-inch 6mm. There were 12-inch 8.6 Super and Sub, Schmidt & Bender, Swarovski optics, and some Leupold Mark 5s. Some Delta Point Pros and Acros as backups, or, essentially contact or finishing shots. Everybody loves and uses the kickstand on the trips, and G-slings, and usually an Armageddon gear game changer bag, and really right stuff tripod, and Swarovski range-finding binos. I don't know. You never say never, but as of right now, I doubt it. Sierra Match King bullets. SIG ammo's good. Hornady makes some good stuff. Discreet. Just Cause. Gorilla. I don't know. A lot of it's good. Oh yeah. We'll always take interns, and I think we've got probably 6 or 8 coming for this summer for different departments. But yeah, absolutely. I don't remember the picture, but no, because we do a 8 and a 12-inch and 16, so there's no 10-inch. No, hopefully those will launch in several links, and also with lots of accessories available. I posted a picture of several of them today, but all kinds of little grips, hand stops, and things like that. I anticipated it in January, but we don't give ETAs, but we are very close, and we're satisfied that it's right and it's the thing we want to put out there and it's going to exceed your expectations, then we're going to start shipping them. But I don't want you sending your guns back to me, so we try to get it all done now before the release. I mean, maybe eventually if we figure some things out. I mean, my goal is to give a silencer away with every gun. I mean, we're the only gun company that makes a silencer you should probably want to buy. And we're the only silencer company definitely that makes any gun. So I would love to do that. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. If it's popular enough, we'll do it. Why would we do something that's been done? Like, the AK is a cool gun, especially for the time period. But, like, I think about the AK about once a month. I just don't care. There's no tier 1 group in the world that uses it, and there's a reason. Like, I'll leave that AK making weird AK stuff to Brandon Herrera. He can get up to that. Oh, I hope so. We'll see. I mean, I want to do some. I've got a whole series and family of guns I want to do, but maybe. Yeah, I posted some today, so there'll be, barricade stops, little grips and stuff, to go along with the bipod. Most all of them. That's kind of the plan now. the boombox is going to be released as soon as it is 100% ready. Pretty soon. Probably. If it's 100% ready. Africa with Field Ethos, and then an elephant hunt, and then Cameroon for bongo, and it's the next fun. I mean, other than going to work tomorrow, man, I got the best job in the world. I'm the luckiest guy since Kurt Rambis of the 80s Lakers. There's only one, the boombox. That'll be the biggest rifle release since probably the AK, if I had to guess. I don't know. We're sucking. We're supposed to record some tomorrow, but it'll just be like me and the engineers. But when I come back from Africa, I'm gonna travel and do them with people that you guys want to hear from. 8.6 is 3 times what 300 blackout is. 6.5 Creedmoor. I think everything's going to be bead blast in the future. We're not going to do PVD. That's what I was looking for commercial silencers, just randomly. I mean, it would depend, but I'm probably going to say 8.6. Yes, we are. And I imagine around $100. 12-inch 8.6. That's what I would do. No, the top rails on the Mini and the full-size fix are different because the receivers are different lengths. Man, we don't do ETAs, but you saw them, so they're probably dropping pretty soon. I don't know, we're probably just waiting on packaging or something. But they're ready. That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that, honestly. Probably. So just info@liveqordie.com. Yeah, I think I answered this already, but we're going to do the 300 blackout uppers. We're just going to do actual testing, confirm that the new operating system for 5.56 works reliably with 300 blackout, and then we'll start, we'll put them on the site and offer them up and start shipping. Well, yeah, I mean, we did 3D printed stuff at AAC and won military contracts with it. I think, it's cool. Printing the tube is stupid. I think it's kind of like flow through. It's become something where, like, a lot of ignorance in the customer base believes that it means that it's a better silencer, and it's generally not true. Most of the printed silencers we've tested are not good. You can do things with 3D printing you can't do with conventional machining, but it doesn't really mean it's utilized correctly. If it's the right thing, it's the right thing, but I don't think it changes everything with silencers. Yeah, I mean, consider this. We actually own the 3D printers and print in-house, and we print some production parts for some of the rifles and stuff like that. And we've done some silencer stuff for R&D and for some of the new products. But I doubt you'll ever see a completely 3D printed silencer from us, at least until the technology is better, faster. Just printing a tube makes no sense, really. And depends on what you're trying to achieve with the silencer. Most of the time, I think it's not necessary, and it's just a marketing gimmick from a lot of people. Well, the boombox has Q-cert handguards and upper receiver and everything. The ones in the photos that I posted in the story are for the Honey Badger, Sugar Weasel, and the AR-15. It's an accessory that we're going to be offering here soon with all the attachments and stuff like that. So it'll be for guys with standard ARs too that aren't even Q, that are mil spec, that want the best handguard, lightest, stiffest, with the best attachment system. So that's what they're for. Man, I can't get them to do things. I would love it, but Reptilia has got as much going on as we do, and They're growing a ton and developing new products and already have military contracts, and it's just not that simple. And I would not urge them to do a vertical grip. Like we just did a vertical grip that we're offering for QSER. I have been trying to get them to do a direct mount for the fix for about 5 years. So supposedly that's coming. I hope so. But they're just very busy. I don't understand. Is that a question? Like, what silencer update are you wanting? You buy a fix, you follow the directions on the website, you get a free silencer. It's pretty simple. I don't even own a computer. I could probably do it. I think it's like send a copy of your receipt and the serial number or something. Like, look at the directions on the website, do what it says, you get a free silencer. There's your update. My current favorite thermal for the fix is the Envision Halo with the rangefinder built in. That's the one that I would get. And if you think that's great, I think then you're gonna love ours. I don't know. It's maybe that FBI guy built a good can in his garage there, and it's quiet. But fast attached. Is it used tapers? Is it wire EDM'd? How's the accuracy? How's the reliability when you put it on a gas gun? Does it increase the bolt velocity? How's dispersion? Like, anybody can make a can. If you never shot many, they're all great. That's just, there's levels to this. And, Badger Creek or whatever is not, it's not something I consider. I don't know. It's a bullseye indoor range. And you will not be shooting with me because I don't go in those indoor ranges with y'all. I don't know y'all. So I'm not sure if they're going to be shooting or not. But either way, fun event. We'll be giving some stuff away. And that's actually where I worked as a kid and started advanced armament. So it's pretty nostalgic for me. But we'll have all the products there. You'll at least get to handle them. And they may have Q stuff for rental there. And if so, we'll set something up. Or Jordan might have planned for you guys to shoot already. I don't really get involved in those details anymore. Man, I don't know. We're so slow, but we actually just started hiring engineers specifically for silencers. Because it turns out when you're a gun company and you don't have the passion for silencers like I do, that all the engineers just want to design guns. And I don't really care about designing silencers that much. So we've kind of set up a separate department and hired engineers to finish these. But we should have a full product line available this year. But we'll see how they do and how they come right with it. And production, I know we're producing thousands of silencers a month now. And, just with the product line that we have. So we're trying to do it, but we want to do it right. I ain't trying to Sierra 5, y'all. Yeah, when we're finished with the testing and we start shipping 300 blackout uppers, so you guys that bought 5.56 guns can put it on there without changing the operating system. We're done with all that testing. We'll not only offer uppers, but also a conversion for you to switch your 300 blackout gun over to the new operating system. The benefits are it shoots softer, it's easier to take apart. It probably has, the spring's going to last longer. It's just easier to deal with. I think it's just an improvement. The bolt bounce is funny because that's something like the trolls and the haters won't talk about. And like all guns have bolt bounce. But there's not enough in most guns to cause any issue, which is true for the 300 blackout. But with 5.56, it's a real issue, and the guns can become unreliable. So a lot of attention was paid to that, and that's improved. Yeah, the Megafix is probably the next gun from us. And that one will probably be a 300 Win Mag 375 H&H. And that's kind of the perfect all-around hunting rifle. Like, to me, if you could own one cartridge, only one gun, a 300 Win Mag's probably up there. I don't think you need a 24-inch barrel or anything either. You go with a 16 or 18, 20-inch barrel. 375 H&H allows you to hunt dangerous game in all African countries. So that's a cool gun, just be a barrel swap. So that's coming. Sub MOA with supers, and you should get about an MOA with subs. The big problem is consistent ammo right now, because it's just smaller companies really producing it. But if you hand load or you get good batches of ammo, that's what you can shoot out of that gun and expect from it. Yes, and I hear you guys with this, and it pisses me off too. We dropped the ball on the slings, which is stupid because they sell out within like a day every time we release them, and it's thousands of them. I don't know, it's almost like we hate money sometimes. But yes, I approved 3 different colorways that are allegedly being made now, and we will release them, I don't know, probably like one a month or one every other month or something. I want them to sell out because that's cool, but I want them to also be available shortly thereafter. But it'll be different colorways every time. I don't know. They're both cool. Do you want to do an SPR? Maybe is the question. That's a fun gun to shoot. It's a great training rifle, and it's a great hunting rifle with a Barnes bullet or something for not only varmint, but like whitetail or something like that. I would use in states where it's allowed. With a good bullet, you can do a lot now with smaller rounds. But I'm not sure I have a preference for barrel length. It's if you want to shoot farther, get a longer barrel, I guess is the answer. Boombox and 12-inch, you need it to happen. We're in the same boat, man. I need it to happen too. Yeah, eventually, and we'll do it, but we're focused on the boombox, and that's what we'll release and support initially, and as time allows, we'll finish up like a Sugar Weasel alternative, but that could be a couple years down the road. I mean, I'm sure there'll be lots of companies that try to copy it and offer it for less. You can build an 8.6, it'll be less expensive. But, I want there to be a less expensive one too. But it's also an evaluation of the parts that make the gun very expensive. Because it's not just the R&D and the several years of, working on the gun that we have to pay for. But, it's individual components. When you make a 308 size gun the size of an AR, bolts and barrel extensions, and some of the components are very expensive. So it's not just receivers. Yeah, so it's 308, 6.5, 6 Creedmoor, 8.6 obviously, in different barrel lengths. But it's not just an upper swap. The boombox is actually a switch barrel gun. So you don't even have to, you can just buy barrel assemblies. And there may be other calibers eventually, but I don't know. That's probably going to take us several years down the road just doing those. And so 8.6 will come out first probably in 308, and then the 6.5, and then probably 6 Creedmoor. But don't hold off. Like, I'm not making any promises. That's just the current plan. And I reserve the right to change my mind. I mean, honestly, I never even knew that was a thing. I saw Mason from Peace of Mind posted that the other day. But I don't know. Like, you would have to email info@livecuredie.com, or you can email Mason, I guess. I don't know. I think you would have to ask Noveski. I assume that it would, but I haven't really taken one of their guns apart, so I don't know if they've changed anything. We supply them with stocks, but that's about it. Yes, eventually, and there's no ETA. It's just when we're done with the testing and marketing and gets around to it, and SKUs are created and packaging, but yeah, that's the plan. I like the Leupold Mark V series. So the 2 to 10 or 3.6 to 18. You could always run a dot as if you want something with no magnification, run a dot on top or at a 45. Yeah, that's probably a really good choice. Man, that's what I'm saying. I'm asking the same thing. Yeah, I mean, they will. They're just busy, and you probably don't want that scope mount as bad as I do. And I've begged little Eric for a long time now to finish those, but my man's busy. Reptilia's taking off and doing a lot of stuff. Yeah, I want one on my gun. I'm not sure if the pistol is going to be the first thing released, but we are doing a brace for it. There's a stock and a brace, and I'm not sure. And I don't know. I was probably in the meeting and probably had a vote, but I don't remember. It was probably like a month ago. So I'm not sure, but there will be eventually if you want to hold off. But I'm not sure when, and I'm not sure if it's first. And I'm not sure what that means, but I'm pretty sure like the State Department doesn't allow us to sell them throughout the universe. But you can check. I mean, if you've got 5.56, I would go with 300 Blackout. That gun and 300 Blackout with the Thunder Chicken is the most fun you're probably going to have, at least till the weekend. Yeah, I have a ton of interest in that. I need to educate all these youngins on how great 22s are. This Instagram generation, it's like, it shocked me when Colin Noir explained to me how 22s are stupid. And he just didn't have any interest. And then I realized, like, young people, ignorant to 22s. Yeah, I would love to do it, but it's, it's a get around to it. We got a lot of stuff going on. So when we can one day, I'd love to. I don't know. I don't know if the company will be. I will not be, because I will be in Africa, hunting in wild Africa, doing it for the people. So that's where I'll be. I won't be in Iowa at Brownells. They don't have elephants and stuff there. A Q silencer. But what's best mean? If you want the quietest, get the Thunder Chicken. If you want compact and lightweight, get the Trash Panda. So that's best. Best. 6 ARC versus 300 Blackout Mini. I don't know. Do you want to shoot loud and far, or do you want to shoot quiet and closer? Like, it's also a switch barrel gun, so do both. I don't know. LaRue, like Mark LaRue is a strange fella, but I don't. That doesn't matter to me. I mean, I honestly thought they were out of business until about a year ago. He's generally machined nice parts. A lot of his gun stuff seems like that bolt gun that he's done with is dumb. But, I view it like a company from the 90s that's not really progressed. I don't really consider them anymore, and don't even know if they're still in business, other than within the last year I saw that bolt gun in a gun store, and I hadn't thought about them in years prior to that. Well, I think if you don't want to do a pistol brace or an SBR, 16-inch, but the boombox is really made to be short, so 12-inch or 8-inch for 8.6, and I would say 8-inch if you're predominantly shooting subs, and 12-inch if you need to use supers a fair amount. That's kind of not that that's the rule for everybody, but that's the way I look at it for my own use. 308 I'll like in 16 probably, but probably mostly in 12-inch, and a 16-inch or 14-inch 6.5 or 6 Creedmoor would be really great gun. So, or 16. I don't know. Probably like black bear. I've shot tons of deer with it, and tons of pig. Oh, well, the largest animal was like a 710-pound boar, but then probably black bear. Go to Google, type in Q Fix free silencer promo, follow the link, follow the instructions, do what it says. And if you have any questions past that, I think there's promos at liveqordie.com or info@liveqordie.com. It's pretty simple. You have to do like 2 things. Just read the instructions. Hell no. You get no hints. Silencer Co. and Q collab. It's pretty funny. Yeah, which Silencer Co., they're fine now that Josh Waldron's gone. He was kind of a turd. But yeah, it should be fun, and yeah, I'm happy to work with them. So it's going to be a cool product. Well, we're going to do a long action, and we'll see what calibers and all we offer it in. Probably some PRCs if they're still popular by the time we get it, but definitely 300 Win Mag, 375 H&H, and some other cartridges. But I mean, we'll make a game time decision. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to get more customer build days released now and put up on the site. I was a little disappointed when I saw that we were only going to do it every other week. So I'm going to try to change that today, and so look for them to be posted, or we'll probably do an Instagram post about it if we do it. If you're going to build your own, just a fast twist barrel, I guess, I would recommend our trigger, literally the best trigger ever made. And then buying the boombox after that, probably. I like the Armageddon Gear Game Changer. If I'm just leaving it at the range and not toting it around, I like the heavy one, the sand. Otherwise, I think they have 3 or 4 different feels. I carry one around when I hunt, actually, and it's one of the lighter ones. But that's my favorite bag. I doubt we'll do that. I'm not sure, but that's not really on the drawing board. I really only have experience with Swarovskis, and I love them. I don't see a reason to get another one. But maybe the others are fine. I don't know. You're going to be fine with the 6 mil. So if you just want to go to 300, that's what I would get. I mean, to me, it doesn't look better. It's a little more like industrial, and it's what, like, when Dev Group was developed, it's what they used, so that's cool. PVD is just expensive, and we outsource it, and it causes delays. And now that the ATF is fast, PVD can take a month, and it's very expensive for us to do. It costs me about $50 a can all in to do it, and just adds to the cost of everything, and more importantly, the delays. And no one seems to care about it. So, that's kind of the strategy and why we chose to eliminate it. If we could bring it in-house one day, I would probably start putting it back on the silencers, but most people don't care and want to Cerakote them or something anyway. Well, I don't think you'll be able to collapse the stock. So there's that. Other than that, it's fine. I don't know, maybe it's lame, but I don't think so. It's cool to collapse the stock, though. No, that's probably going to be an option in the Mega Fix. We'll complete it, work on completing it pretty soon. But no, that won't work for the standard fixed rifle. Well, you can try some of the different ones, but because of the fast twist, the BC isn't as predictable, and it's always changing. So Applied Ballistics has made changes to theirs to help do it better. But in-house here, us guys that shoot, we use the Hornady app, we use Applied Ballistics, we use the Swarovski app maybe for some of those scopes, and there's one more. But what we do is just actually go and get our dope and fill out our tables that way. So we just shoot, every 25 or every 50 yards and know our actual dope and kind of do it, the old-fashioned way. Because the apps haven't been really reliable so far, because we're just learning a lot through like Doppler radar and stuff like that of the actual trajectory and the BC and being able to predict the drop with fast twist. It doesn't drop as much, so a lot of the apps don't work. Yeah, we've hunted a little with it, and I've actually exported some to Africa that I'll start hunting with in the future. But yeah, some of the guys have been on some hunts. I think Mitch, who's the lead engineer on that project, has shot some deer and pigs and stuff with it. And Jordan and some of the sales guys, marketing guys probably have too, and some of the other engineers. I've not hunted with it yet, but yeah, to me, it's a perfect pig gun. Absolutely perfect for that. And I'm not really particular about lots of things like that. And once TSA started taking all the knives, and I would forget and lose knives, in TSA, I stopped carrying expensive knives, or nice knives. I mean, a cheap knife like a Kershaw or whatever seems good to me. And then a nicer knife, it's kind of, I get given a fair amount of stuff in the industry. And, it's probably just like the most recent thing that a knife company sent to me or gave me, that seems usable, that has, blade shape and a point that, is practical for skinning or just daily use. I like knives. I just don't get super queer for it. I just don't. I mean, I know a lot of guys do, but whatever good quality knife's not made in China, I'm happy with. Yeah, we're working on more swag now. Yeah, we've sucked at that too. It's hard to be good at everything all at one time. I agree. But I was working on some new designs with a graphic artist this week, and hopefully some of that stuff will be available soon. Yes, we're doing 5.56 silencers, and soon as we're happy with them and they're ready to ship, and that's primarily at this point, it's just a manufacturing thing. The design and testing and all is done for sound, flash, blowback, all these things. It's just a matter of the manufacturing process. It's a little different than our current silencers, so we're just working through that. Again, we don't want to have a Sierra 5 situation where, thousands of you get screwed over with quality or design issues. So that's most important to us. Yeah, those are AR handguards. I mean, we'll put them on the Honey Badger at some point in the future, but we're going to start selling those accessories. It'll work on the Honey Badger, Sugar Weasel, and any mil-spec AR. So Q-Cert for ARs. I love it. I think it's the best for hunting. One that I got that I like better is the Z8i Plus. So it's a 34 millimeter tube, so your field of view is greatly increased. So that's my current favorite. I think it's another one of those, if we get around to it or we come up with something we think can just make a difference. I'm not interested in us spending like our valuable resources, which primarily are engineers' time, on a product just to do a product. We need to be able to do something different that makes a difference and has an increased capability of some kind. And if not, like, Glock makes a great handgun. Yes, we always have jobs posted now. We're constantly hiring. We've grown a lot. Jobs at liveqordie.com. And I'm not sure where we post. I think if you go to our website, there's a career link in the menu. And you can follow that. But there's several jobs posted right now. Yeah, Johnny would have been a fan, but that's the least of the reasons I'm upset that he's gone. But yeah, he's the one that introduced me to 300 Whisper originally. So yeah, he would love this. 6 Max. Yeah, if it takes off, I should talk with Mike at Sons of Liberty about it. If there's, ammo being made, ironic for me to say because of 8.6, but yeah, we would do 6 Max barrels. I think it's cool. I actually like aspects of it better than 6 Arc. Not having to change the bolt is a big one. Yeah, it's a cool cartridge. I like it. Reptilia mounts, I always use those. And currently, it depends on your budget. I like the Voodoo 1 to 10. I like the Leupold Mark 5 series a lot. All of those. A 5 to 25, 3.6 to 18, the 2 to 10. Those are all very good. And for hunting, if you don't really have a budget, I love Swarovski Z8Is, or the Z8i Plus. It kind of depends on your budget and price range and what you're going to be doing with it. If you need a reticle or not, if you want to dial or hold. It's not trying to be difficult, but there's a lot of options, and those are scopes that I would look at. I would typically say the 12-inch because then it's better for supers than the 8-inch. And 12-inch is sort of where we started with 8.6, and we were thinking supers and subs. If you're subs only, the 8-inch is the ticket. I've exported a couple over there, which are going through the process in country in Africa now, in South Africa. So we'll have some there to shoot and to cull and hunt with soon, but it takes months over there. So in Africa, like silencers, South Africa silencers aren't regulated. But rifles is sort of like the ATF process here, or the way it used to be, where it would take 10 months. So you buy a rifle, you import the rifle, you start the forms and the process, and it takes 9 or 10 months for it to go through the government process and be approved to where you can pick it up. And it's the same for like bolt actions or, any type of firearm. So semi-autos are the same. And a lot of people don't realize, but you can have ARs and stuff in South Africa. Citizens can buy them, and there's not even a barrel length restriction, which makes more sense than here. Yeah, I've said it a few times. 16-inch 6.5s with silencers, Reptilia mounts, Swarovski scopes, also Leupold Mark V scopes, a 6-arc 16-inch with a March optic on it, and a silencer. 3 8.6s with 12-inch barrels. We shot supers and subs. In the last part, we did a lot of testing with the subs, with a Leupold Mark V 3.6 to 18s, and I used a Swarovski Z8i 1.7 to 13.3 with the 6 mil rail. Maybe I might have used 12 mil. And then a 20-inch 6 Creedmoor proof barrel with a Schmidt & Bender, one of their new hunting optics, a 3 to 18, and then a 24-inch proof barrel 6.5. Oh, shit. Blow them up or do it. You ready, Red?
Yeah. Hey, what's up? Come join me this weekend, Saturday, May 18th, 9 to 5 at Bullseye Indoor Range in hot Atlanta. Daddy's coming home. That's right, and bringing the party. It's a house party at Bullseye. We're giving things away. You get to see all the guns. You get to shoot everything, I think, as long as we got the ammo there on time. Yeah, of course I'll be there. And I'm bringing my son Jordan. Not a coincidence. Biological, genetics. So you know I'm a good time. Jordan, it's in the genes. He's probably even a better time. We're launching a new exclusive there. It's a whole new program. This ain't it. I just love this gun. You're gonna have to come to Bullseye and see what we're talking about. Hey Jay! Yo! Oh shit. Bullseye.